Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. This is a reading from Chaitanya Bhagavata, Thakur. This is Adi-Khanda, chapter 17. And this is the description of the pilgrimage to Gaya. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Glory, glory to Lord Chaitanya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Glory to Lord Chaitanya, whose form is eternal and who is dear to Lord Nityananda. Glory, glory to He who is the life treasure of all the Vaishnavas. O Lord, casting your glance of mercy on them, please deliver all the conditioned souls. O my brother, please attentively hear this chapter of Adi-Khanda, a chapter that describes Lord Chaitanya's journey to Gaya. He who is the king of Vaikuntha manifested the form of the crest jewel of teachers and lived in Navadvip. The four directions were filled with great materialists and offenders. These wicked people never heard the word bhakti yoga, devotional service. Seeing that everyone was intent on tasting the sweetness of material illusion, the devotees became very unhappy at heart. When they saw that Lord Chaitanya had entered the role of a teacher of material subjects, all the devotees became unhappy. The wicked people always mocked the Vaishnavas. The Vaishnavas always heard these insults. In his heart, desiring to reveal himself, the Lord thought, "Now I will go to Gaya." The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Chaitanya, whose desires are always fulfilled, desired to see the land of Gaya. After performing Shraddha and other rituals described in the scriptures, Lord Chaitanya, accompanied by many students, began his journey. After taking permission from his mother, Lord Chaitanya began, with a very happy heart, his journey to see Gaya. Making every village and country into a holy place with the touch of his feet, the Lord walked in his glorious journey to see Gaya. Discussing religion and tasting the nectar of joking words as he went, after some days the Lord came to Mandara hill. After seeing the deity of Lord Madhusudana on Mandara hill, the Lord, enjoying his pastimes, wandered on the hillside. After some days of traveling on different paths, the Lord manifested a fever in his body. He who is the king of Vaikuntha manifested this fever as if he were an ordinary human being, to show a lesson to the people of the world. When the Lord manifested this fever in the middle of the path, his students became very worried at heart. Stopping the journey on the path, the students tried many different remedies, but the fever did not go away, for that was the Lord's desire. Then the Lord prescribed his own medicine. He said, "All these troubles will be cut to pieces when I drink the water that has washed a Brahman's feet." To teach the glories of drinking the water that has washed a Brahman's feet, the Lord personally drank that water. The Lord drank water that has washed a Brahman's feet. At that moment he became at once cured. The fever was no more. The Lord drank water that had washed a Brahman's feet. The Vedas and Puranas give evidence to show that this act is part of the Lord's nature. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord declares, "Yaya tamam prapadyante tam tataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manusya partha sarvasa." All of them, as they surrender unto me, I reward accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. This means that the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself becomes a servant of his servants. That's why the Lord's called Bhaktavatsal, he who loves his devotees. He's conquered by his servants. Lord's feet always give protection in every circumstance. Please consider all this and tell me, Why would the Lord ever abandon his devotee? With his fever now destroyed in this way, the Lord continued traveling to various holy places. After first bathing and then worshipping the Pittas and demigods, Lord Chaitanya entered Gaya. As he entered, Lord Chaitanya folded his hands and offered obeisances to Gaya, the king of holy places. The Lord went to Brahmakund and bathed there, and then he properly worshipped the Pittas and demigods. Entering the chakra-decorated temple, he hurried to see the Lord's lotus footprints. The Brahmins sat in a circle around the Lord's footprints. A garland was placed around the footprints. The temple was a shrine to these footprints. Fragrances, flowers, incense, lamps, garments, and ornaments were placed there. They cannot be counted. Their forms splendid, Brahmins in 4 directions described the glories of the Lord's lotus feet. They said, Lord Shiva, the master of Varanasi, holds these feet close to his heart. These feet are the life and soul of Goddess Lakshmi. The Lord placed these feet on Bali Maharaj's head. O fortunate people, please gaze on these feet. From these feet the Ganga was manifested. The servants of the Lord never renounced these feet. They kept them always in their hearts. These very dear feet rest on the bed of Ananta Shesh. O fortunate people, please gaze on these feet. From these Brahmins' mouths, hearing the glories of the Lord's feet, Lord Chaitanya entered great transcendental bliss. As Lord Chaitanya gazed at the Lord's feet, a stream of tears flowed from his 2 eyes. He trembled, and the hairs of his body stood erect. For the welfare of all the worlds, Lord Chaitanya now began to manifest his activities of prema bhakti, loving devotional service. An endless Ganga of tears flowed from the Lord's eyes. The Brahmins saw all these great wonders. Then, by divine arrangement, Lord Chaitanya's own wish, at that moment, Ishwar Puri came to that place. Seeing Ishwar Puri, Lord Chaitanya at once bowed down with great respect. Seeing each other, Ishwar Puri and Lord Chaitanya very happily embraced. Filled with the happiness of spiritual love, they sprinkled each other's bodies with tears of love. The Lord said, My pilgrimage to Gaya is now fruitful. Now I can see your feet. By offering pinda at this holy place, a person delivers his ancestors. By offering that pinda, one delivers only certain specific persons. However, simply by seeing you, one at once makes many millions of ancestors free from all material bondage. Therefore, no holy place is equal to you. You bring the greatest auspiciousness to the holy places. Please, lift me from this world of birth and death. I offer my body to you. The only gift I wish from you is that you give me the nectar of Lord Krishna's lotus feet. Then Ishwar Puri said, Please listen, O Pandit. You are an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This I know for certain. Who but an incarnation of the Supreme Lord have the great learning you do, or act as you act? Last night I saw in an auspicious dream. Now I have directly attained the fruit of that dream. O Pandit, I tell you the truth. By seeing you, I have attained transcendental bliss at every moment. Since the time I first saw you in Nadia, nothing else stays in my heart. I tell you the truth. Nothing else stays in my heart. By seeing you, I've attained happiness of seeing Lord Krishna himself. Hearing Ishwar Puri's words, the Lord smiled and said, Now I am very fortunate. In this way they talked very happily. In the future, Vedavyas will describe what they said. Then, after taking permission from Ishwar Puri, Lord Chaitanya left to perform the Shraddha ceremony. Going to Palgu Tirtha, he offered pinda in the sand, and then he went to Pretagaya, which was on a hilltop. After offering Shraddha at Pretagaya, Lord Chaitanya satisfied the Brahmins by offering them sweet words as dakshin. After thus pleasing and delivering his ancestors, the Lord happily went to Dakshin Manasa. Then Lord Chaitanya went to Ramagaya and offered Shraddha to the incarnation Ramachandra. After offering Shraddha there to the incarnation Ramachandra, Lord Chaitanya went to Yudhishthira. There he offered Pinda to King Yudhishthira. In this way the Lord happily offered Shraddha. In the 4 directions the Brahmins would encircle the Lord, perform the Shraddha and chant mantras. After performing the Shraddha and after offering Pinda into the water, the Gaya Brahmins, greedy for dakshin, approached the Lord. Seeing them, Lord Chaitanya smiled. He cut the bonds that tied them to the material world. Then the Lord offered Pinda at Uttaramanasa. Lord Chaitanya, who is Lord Hari himself, went to Bhimagaya. The Lord went to Shivagaya, Brahmagaya, many other places, performing all the rituals. He went to the 16 Gayas. At each of these 16 Gayas, the Lord made the 16 offerings. In this way, he performed Shraddha and offered Pinda to all his ancestors. Then, after bathing in Brahmakund, Lord Chaitanya offered Pinda at Gayasira. Offering splendid garlands and sandalwood paste with his own graceful hands, Lord Chaitanya happily worshipped Lord Vishnu's footprints. Then, after offering Shraddha at all these places, and after conversing with the Brahmins, the Lord returned to his own home. After resting for some moments, the Lord sat down to cook. When the cooking was finished, Ishwar Puri suddenly arrived. Overcome with love, again and again he chanted the holy name of Lord Krishna. Walking as if he were intoxicated, he approached the Lord. Leaving his cooking, the Lord very respectfully bowed down and offered him a seat. Laughing, Ishwar Puri said, "O Pandit, please listen. I have come at the right time." The Lord said, "Today I am fortunate, O saintly one. Please accept this meal." Laughing, Ishwar Puri said, "What will you eat?" The Lord replied, "I will cook again." Ishwar Puri said, "Why should you cook again? Divide the food into 2 parts. Laughing, the Lord said, "If you wish, then please eat everything. In a sesame seed's worth of time, I will cook more food. Please don't hesitate, accept the alms I offer." Then the Lord offered his meal to Ishwar Puri. The Lord happily went to cook another meal. In this way, Lord Chaitanya was merciful to Ishwar Puri. Ishwar Puri never stopped thinking of Krishna. He never thought of anything but him. With his own graceful hand, the Lord served the meal to Ishwar Puri. Filled with transcendental bliss, Ishwar Puri ate. At that moment, unobserved by anyone, Goddess Lakshmi hurried there and cooked another meal for the Lord. Then, after offering a meal to Ishwar Puri, Lord Chaitanya happily ate his own meal. Anyone who hears this account of the Lord's offering of a meal to Ishwar Puri attains a great treasure of pure love for Lord Krishna. Then, with his own graceful hand, the Lord anointed Puri's limbs with splendid fragrances. The Lord was very pleased with Ishwar Puri. Who has the power to describe how the Lord was pleased? Lord Chaitanya, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, personally saw Ishwar Puri's birthplace. Lord Chaitanya said, "I offer my respectful obeisances to Kamarahat, the village where Sri Ishwar Puri descended to this world. When he visited that place, Lord Chaitanya shed many tears. There he said no word other than Ishwar Puri." At that place, the Lord picked up some earth, placed it in a bag, and tied that bag to his outer garment. The Lord said, "This earth is from the birthplace of Ishwar Puri. It is my wealth. It is my life breath. It keeps me alive." In this way, Lord Chaitanya loved Ishwar Puri. The all-powerful Lord thus expands the glories of his devotee. The Lord said, "What I came to Gaya to do is now done. I have seen Ishwar Puri." On another day, in a secluded place, Lord Chaitanya, speaking sweet words, told Ishwar Puri of his desire for mantra diksha, spiritual initiation. Ishwar Puri said, "Why do you ask for mantra initiation? It is I who should surrender my life to you." Then in that place, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Narayan, who is the Shiksha Guru, instructing spiritual master of everyone, accepted initiation into chanting the 10-syllable mantra. Then Lord Chaitanya circumambulated Ishwarpuri. The Lord said, "Now I give my body to you. Please cast your glance of mercy upon me, so I may be flooded by an ocean of pure love for Lord Krishna." Hearing these words, Ishwarpuri embraced the Lord, holding him to his chest. Tears of love flowing from their eyes drenched their bodies. Agitated with love, they could not remain peaceful. In this way, giving his mercy to Ishwarpuri, Lord Chaitanya, who is Lord Hari with a fair complexion, remained in Gaya for some days. Now was the time for the Lord to reveal his true self. Day by day, the glory of his devotional love grew greater and greater. One day, Lord Chaitanya sat down in a secluded place to meditate on the mantra for his worshipful deity. Emerging from the bliss of meditation, the Lord wept and cried out, "O Krishna, O my Father, O my life, O Lord Hari, robbing from me my life, in what direction have you fled? In what direction shall I go to find you?" Speaking these words, Lord Chaitanya wept. Plunged in the nectar of loving devotion, Prema Bhakti Ras, he who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself covered his every limb with dust. The Lord screamed in agony, "Dear Father Krishna, leaving me, where have you gone?" The same Lord who was once grave and peaceful was now very unsteady and agitated with spiritual love. He rolled about on the ground, he wept, he floated in a nectar ocean of love and separation from himself. After some moments, his students came and tried to bring him back to his natural state. The Lord declared, "You all go home. I will not return to the material world. I will go to see Mathura. I will meet Krishna Chandra, the master of my life." The students tried in various ways to bring the Lord back to common sense. Gathering around, they tried to pacify him. He who was the king of Vaikuntha was now plunged in the nectar of pure devotion. His heart was not peaceful and steady. He would be like that for some days. Overcome with love and not saying anything to anyone, at the end of the night the Lord left for Mathura. "O Krishna, O my Father, where will I find you?" Lord Chaitanya called out. After traveling a certain distance, he heard a divine voice. The voice said, "O jewel of the Brahmins, at this time you should not go to Mathura. When the time comes for you to go there, then you will go. For now you should return to your home in Navadvip. You are the king of Vaikuntha, accompanied by your associates. You have descended to earth to deliver the people. You will fill the limitless universes with the chanting of the holy names. You will freely distribute the great treasure, pure love of God to the people of the world. You have descended here to give to the entire world the same nectar of spiritual love that makes Brahma, Shiva, Shanaka Kumara, and hosts of others wild with bliss. Please understand this. We, your servants, desire to tell this to you. Therefore we speak this before your feet. You're the Creator. You are the Supreme Lord. What you desire no one can jump over. Therefore, O Supreme Lord, please return to your home. After some delay, eventually you will go and see Mathura." Hearing this voice from the sky, Lord Chaitanya returned with a happy heart. Accompanied by his students, the Lord returned home. To manifest pure devotional service there, the Lord entered his home. In this way, Lord Chaitanya returned to Navadvip. Day by day, his feelings of love, prema bhakti, for Lord Krishna grew stronger and stronger. This concludes the narration of the Adi-Khanda. Now please hear attentively the narration of the Madhya-Khanda. Anyone who hears of the Lord's journey to Gaya will in his heart meet Lord Chaitanya. Anyone who hears about Lord Krishna will attain Lord Krishna's association. Anyone who thus attains Lord Krishna's association will never leave it. Residing in my heart, Lord Nityananda happily dictated these pastimes of Lord Chaitanya so they could be written in this book. By Lord Nityananda's mercy, I write these words about Lord Chaitanya. By myself, I do not have the power to write them. As a puppet master makes a wooden puppet dance, so Lord Chaitanya makes me speak. I do not know where is the beginning and where is the end of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. I describe Lord Chaitanya's glories as far as I know them. A bird does not reach the end of the sky. It flies as far as it has the power. In the same way, Lord Chaitanya's glories have no end. I describe them as far as the Lord's mercy gives me the power. In Srimad Bhagavatam it said, "As the birds fly in the sky as far as their capacity allows, so do the learned devotees describe the Lord as far as their realization allows." I offer my respectful obeisances to the feet of all the Vaishnavas. I pray that I may never offend them. A person who wishes to cross beyond the material world and then dive into the ocean of pure devotional service should worship Lord Nityananda Chandra. Sri Chaitanya is my Lord and Master. In my heart, I always keep great faith in him. Someone may say, Lord Nityananda is Balaram. Someone else may say, he is very dear to Lord Chaitanya. Someone else may say, he is most powerful and glorious. Someone else may say, I do not have the power to know who he is. Lord Nityananda may be a sannyasi, or he may be a devotee, or he may be a philosopher. Why should the people not speak of him in whatever way they wish? Why should they not describe Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda in this way, in these ways? I pray that the great treasure that is Lord Nityananda's feet may always stay in my heart. I kick the head of any sinner who mocks or blasphemes Lord Nityananda. O Lord Nityananda, O life of Lord Chaitanya, glory, glory to you. I pray that your feet may always be my shelter. As I sing the glories of Lord Chaitanya, I also sing your glories. I pray that I may have your association birth after birth. Anyone who hears the descriptions of Lord Chaitanya in this Adi-Khanda will meet Lord Chaitanya. After taking permission from Ishwara Puri, Lord Chaitanya returned to his own home. Hearing the news, all of Navadvip became blissful. It was as if the life breath that had left their bodies had now returned. The two moons, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Nityananda, my life and soul, Vrndavana Das sings the glories of their feet. Thus end the Adi-Khanda.